Okay. We've got to talk about this. I normally don't make these types of videos, but we've definitely got to address this stuff. This is just starting to get absolutely, completely out of hand, and it needs to be talked about. Other people are talking about this in the same way. I just felt like I need to do the same. I think everybody should be aware of what's going on with all this stuff, so we're gonna talk about leaks today. We're probably not gonna be very nice, but these things need to be said. This stuff's getting absolutely ridiculous. Skipping the intro today, guys. You're seeing the names of my Patreon supporters right now. Just wanted to quickly thank them. If you would like to support the channel in that way, there is a link down below. If not, just leave a like. That works too. That's fantastic. But let's go ahead and get right into what I want to talk about here. So it's probably Thursday by the time you're seeing this video. I'm filming this on a Wednesday evening. We're what, 5-6 days into the year? And it seems like there's 100 different leaks or rumors or whatever for Nintendo Directs and game releases, game release dates, Nintendo Direct dates. And honestly, I have to be real about this. I'm getting so sick of hearing all this crap because I'm sorry, I really don't believe any of this. I don't believe any of it. We're gonna go over what it all is, but it doesn't make. Let's just start with the oldest one I have here. We're gonna go over 3. Another one came out today, and this is what really kind of just sent me over the edge on this subject. But we're gonna start with Samus Hunter. Samus Hunter put out a tweet the other day, and I have it right here. Let's go ahead and read it. I'll put it up on the screen for you. I know that there are a lot of people eager to find out when the next Nintendo Direct is scheduled. Well, I'm hearing some announcement scheduled and launch periods for games that right now make me confident to say that it should arrive before last February Direct 2/17. Samus Hunter goes on to say, in the coming days, I will go into more detail explaining some of the announcements and the motivations, but I don't rule out that it could also arrive in January. There are announcements that are usually scheduled 2 months before launch that fall in late March. Okay. This one, I mean, this is pretty easy. I don't believe this. And okay, let me back up. It's not that I don't believe it. This is common knowledge. This is not a leak. This is not anything that any other person on the planet who follows Nintendo whatsoever could figure out. That's just like saying there's gonna be a Nintendo Direct in September. Yeah, no, there's gonna be a Nintendo Direct in September. There's a Nintendo Direct every single September. And guess what? There's a Nintendo Direct at the beginning of the year, in January, February, sometimes March, usually one of those 2 months though. This isn't anything new. This isn't something that's a secret. It's not, Nintendo doesn't talk about it publicly when it's gonna be until it's the time, but this is no secret. These are things that anybody can figure out if you follow Nintendo whatsoever. And I've got another little problem with this tweet here. And guys, I really hate to just be a little angry about this, but it really is. This stuff's just getting very, very old. I'm sick of hearing about it. But the way that this is worded, really, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me for this reason. One, this same Twitter account was dead set. What was it? A month ago? Less than a month ago? Maybe a little more than a month ago. Around the Game Awards, right before the Game Awards, dead set that The Legend of Zelda 35th anniversary was gonna be at the Game Awards. There was gonna be all this stuff, all this Nintendo stuff at the Game Awards. And even then, I said, I don't think that's gonna happen. I would be surprised if we saw anything Zelda. We might see something Zelda, it's possible. But we saw not only nothing from Zelda, which I wasn't too surprised by that, but we saw absolutely nothing from Nintendo at the Game Awards. Absolutely nothing. So back then, this account was fine with throwing all that stuff, just throwing shit at the wall to see what stuck. None of it stuck. Now, all of a sudden, it's kind of backtracked a little bit. Well, I'm hearing certain things. Won't say what. Now, all of a sudden, won't say what, but do you see what I'm getting at here? It doesn't make sense. The backpedaling now, the broad statements, it kind of feels to me like you get an L and you gotta try to take an easy win to get a little bit back whatever it is you're trying to get by guessing these things correct. So that's the first one. I don't think any of this makes sense. And I actually looked at this account earlier today, and they're now tweeting about how toxic everyone is, making fun of them. And I'm not making fun of them. I just don't agree with this. I'm definitely not making fun, and they're not talking about me. They're talking about bigger people who are talking about this stuff, which, whatever. Those people are not toxic. You got this stuff wrong. Again, when you throw at the wall and nothing sticks, somebody calling you out for that isn't toxic, it's the truth. So, February Direct, January Direct, sure. It'll probably happen. Again, not a leak. Not even a rumor. It's just a thing that happens. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the next one here. All right, this next one is from, I believe this was yesterday, maybe later, the day before, I'm not exactly sure, but it's from Leaky Pandy. And I'm just gonna go over a few of the games on here because, again, some of this is just common knowledge, and I'll tell you why, and some of it is just absolute. It makes no sense. And if this actually does come true, then okay, I guess I'm an idiot, but I'm pretty sure that this Twitter user had to change their name before because they got so many things wrong. Nobody believed anything they would say, so they had to make a new Twitter account. Could be wrong about that. I'm not. But anyway, so the first one, this is not a leak. Maybe an educated guess based on things that we've heard that actually happened. A new Xenoblade game. They're saying a Xenoblade side game. I don't know. I doubt that it's going to be a side game, considering that we've already heard somebody who does voice work for the Xenoblade series. Maybe it isn't. Maybe they are in the side game. Could be a side game. I could be wrong. But we've already heard that they've done the voice work for the game. Like, this isn't a leak. This is something a lot of people already know. This one here. Another turd thrown directly at the wall to see if it sticks. Rogue Squadron, a new Rogue Squadron game. That would be really awesome. That'd be really awesome. The Star Wars license has been going out to other places, so again, we'll see. Credibility's not really there for me to believe this, but this makes absolutely no sense. Unless Nintendo has just turned into Apple and they go from the iPhone 8 to the iPhone 10, and they've decided that they're gonna go from Mario Kart 8 to Mario Kart 10. Why would the next Mario Kart game be called Mario Kart 10? There's another game here, it's Mario Crossroads. What sense does that even make? I don't know. I guess I said the same thing when the iPhone 10 came out and we just skipped 9. Didn't really make sense to me then, but hey, Apple did it. I guess Nintendo could do the same thing if they wanted to, right? So again, there's a bunch of other stuff on this list. I'll throw the list up here so you can see it. I have screenshots of all of it. But again, Pokken Tournament 2. Sure, maybe. The Pokemon company's always looking to make a buck. That would be that's an easy guess, something like that. I guess it would be time. I don't know. I'm willing to admit, hey, who knows? Maybe this is right. Maybe I have no idea what I'm talking about. It's a possibility. I don't have any inside information. Maybe these people do. They seem to be wrong a whole lot for having all this inside information. And maybe they do know somebody that works at Nintendo as a janitor or, in the cafeteria or something. And they do get a little bit of information here and there, and then it changes. These are not reliable sources for us to be putting this much stock into things like this and getting excited over these things. It's not good for anybody. And we're gonna go into more with that whole thing at the end of the video. I got one more here. New Marco Maro on Twitter. Another Twitter user. Another Twitter account that's just like pretty much all the rest of them. Hit and miss. You throw enough out there, something's gonna stick. Now this one, I kind of gotta put this one in the category as the Samus Hunter stuff. This is basically, no kidding. That's what we're gonna see. They're saying we're gonna see Kirby and the Forgotten Land info this month, which I don't know if it's gonna be this month, but we do know that is a spring title. They've already told us that. So when else would we hear about it? When else would we hear about the rest of what's going on with Kirby and the Forgotten Land? We've got one trailer. Obviously, Nintendo is going to give us more information on a brand new 3D Kirby game before they drop it in spring, which they've already told us that they're going to do. Now, they're also saying that we're going to get another look at Advanced Wars 1 and 2. Okay, again, another game that they're probably gonna show us more about. We've only seen it, what, once? Twice? I can't remember if we saw it again after E3, but either way, come on. No kidding. This is not a stretch. But this is the part. This part right here is where I mean, if you don't have this actual information, if this information right here is wrong, like, to me, it's very clear you don't know what you're talking about. They go as far as to say they're putting all the chips in, putting them all in on the table here. Kirby is coming out on March 25th. That's what they're saying. March 25th, that's the date. And once again, all in. Advance Wars, April 8th. So they're putting dates on it. They are confident enough to put this out there, or crazy enough to put it out there, that they've put dates on this stuff. Whether these are real or not, we won't know. March 25th isn't that far away. I mean, again, we're gonna see these games before then. We'll get a date. Next time we see Kirby, I would imagine we would get a date, especially if they are sticking to the spring release like they said they were going to. Yeah, I think we will see a date. March 25th? No, honestly can't wait to see if that one turns out to be right. But I just wanna talk really quickly before we wrap this up about this leak culture, this entire situation that has just seemed to spiral out of control further and further and further. It's like every year we get into this stuff, it just gets worse and worse. There's more people that come in that are insiders. People who just claim to know whatever it is they know, and they're wrong most of the time. The first thing about it is that I really, and just makes me so mad at this point, people who aren't, you know, deeper into all this stuff like a lot of us, like you guys watching this video, me, the people that are around the gaming culture, the gaming news cycle all the time. We see this stuff all the time. Most of us at this point who have seen it come and go and be wrong, you know, there's right stuff here and there. You take it with a grain of salt, and I hate saying that. That's like the worst saying ever. Why is that a saying? We need to find a new saying for that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. My point is, a lot of us have already figured it out. Like, don't put too much stock in this. That's another one. Don't put not a good one. But there are people out here, you know, people who aren't as plugged in, who catch wind of these rumors and get themselves so hyped up for something, so excited for something that was never going to happen in the first place. And that really does suck, because I gotta be honest, before I really got into Nintendo and really got into just, you know, being part of this entire culture that is gaming, I was one of those people. I would hear a rumor, you know, not really know where it came from and get really excited. And it's a bummer, you know, you figure it out eventually when, you know, you keep hearing these things and they just never come true. You figure it out. But then on the other side of that coin, there's a whole nother reason that I just think this whole leak culture just sucks. Like, don't we want to be surprised? Don't we want to have these Nintendo Directs bring us surprises? Things that we didn't know were coming, things from third parties that we didn't know were coming. Isn't that half the fun of a Nintendo Direct? And at this point, with as many leaks, and you know, it's not even the Nintendo stuff that gets leaked all the time. It's mostly, when these leaks are right, it's third party stuff. And you know, it does really take away from the fun, because it's like, yeah, I heard about that today. I heard about that yesterday. That sucks that it's true and it leaked. I would much rather just have a full Direct of things that are a complete surprise to me, things that I didn't know were coming at all. That's half the fun of being involved in all this. And these people out here looking for whatever it is they're looking for, clout, credibility, I don't know what it is, but those are the people who are really taking that away from us. And I'll be the first to say it. Like I said a little bit earlier, I've fallen victim to some of these rumors and leaks. Some of them I really thought would be real. I mean, you know, the 35th anniversary stuff for Zelda, not the Game Awards stuff, but the stuff before that kind of seemed like a given, like something that would just happen, and it didn't. But again, I got myself hyped up for it, and it was a big letdown. But I'm obviously just ranting. I wrote nothing down for this video. I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. But guys, let me know what you think about all this stuff down in the comments. This whole leak culture. Are you sick of it? Do you like it? I mean, I can see where some people may like it. It is fun to just hear random stuff and see what's true, what's not. And I guess I can get that. I'm about done with it though. I'm so sick of it. But guys, anyway, that's gonna do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like. Make sure you are subscribed. I'll see you in the next one.